Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you are well. I hope you're having an amazing day. I am so glad to be here and for you to be here. Today, we are discussing Reap More 76 Seeds for this season, Catalyst for Change Global Community, and Women Aspiring for More. We're reading this book and this for the first 76 days of the year. And so by Monday, you should probably be on number 40 if you're reading with us, seed number 40. If you're joining us today, if you would comment below, say hello, give an emoji, and definitely share this out with those you love. And you're probably like, who is this lady going on and on? How about I introduce myself? I am Dr. Tammy, your success strategist and literacy educator. I help purpose-driven leaders move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next. And so today we are discussing the first 40 of the 76 seeds for this season in Reap More. And we invite you to engage with us in the conversation in the comments below and to share this out. Now, you may not want to share it onto your timeline, depending on what kind of content you share, but definitely tag someone in the comments if you're over on Facebook, or send them the link. Most platforms, you can share a link with them, send them the link in their inbox so they can watch it later. I have invited a few of our community members to join me today to share their thoughts and for us to talk about it. Today, we're just coming on for some encouragement and inspiration because we know that this is a time when we need it the most. Hello. There's so many things that have happened in these first 35, 40 days of the year that probably more like 37, but there's so much that has happened that we know that the world needs some encouragement. And we need to make sure that people are not just waiting. What I've heard during this pandemic is that people are waiting for things to happen. Let's not do that. Let's make it happen. And so today, my girlfriends are here. They're gonna share their ideas, their thoughts, and some encouragement for you to help you on your journey toward more. And so we hope that in that you'll reap more. But now, what we share today, you must water the seeds and give them light. So therefore, we're gonna plant it today, but you have to do something with it. You have to act and you have to create that action plan. So if you haven't gotten the book, it's available on my website, drtammyfrancis.com, or you can go to Amazon. And on Amazon, there is an ebook available for you where you can just download it, get it, and download it today. So without further ado, let's invite them in, and that way they can introduce themselves and let's start this discussion. Let's kick this off. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to join me and be here and share what you have gotten from my words, because I know that you didn't have to do that, because I know both of you are amazing authors in your own right, but y'all will hear more about that in a minute and how to get their books. And actually, we'll be talking about one where we all were authors on the same book and how you can get that one. So that's interesting. I don't know where that just like I take some of these things for granted, but we've all written in the same book that Nina actually spearheaded. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna let the ladies introduce themselves because I'm already saying too much, and then we'll get into it. All right, who wants to go first?
Go ahead, birthday lady.
Oh, birthday! And it's Elegant Granny's birthday, so we will be singing happy birthday, but we'll let her introduce herself first, and then we'll sing. Well, I don't know if I will sing, but we'll have a silent moment. Go ahead, Elegant Granny.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Elegant Granny, and I am your restoration strategist. And I am here to help those who are victims and survivors of abuse, and also their supporters, in how to strategically support those they love through a life of surviving from abuse. And so, what I do is I supply materials and resources and everything, and you know, talk therapy, and we just get it going from there. And if they need more help than I can give them, I do refer them to someone that can help them. Because I always stress that, after a life of abuse, it's very important to see a physician and a mental health specialist, because coming through a traumatic experience, you need some help. You really do. And it will help you be more successful. And so that's who I am. That's what I do. I'm also a podcaster called, the podcast is called Proactive I. This is where I do a lot of conversations about intimate partner violence, also known as domestic violence, child abuse, sexual assault, and sexual violence, and also suicide prevention as it relates to abuse, because we have a lot of people who see no way out and they take that as their option. And we want to make sure that we reach those and let them know, hey, there is light on the other side. So that's who I am. I am Elegant Granny, and that's just who I am as a restoration strategist.
Awesome. All right, Nina, how about you? Could you introduce
I
yourself?
know she like the bomb.com. So I said, I hope your audience don't talk about me, but we were talking about singing happy birthday to her. So I'm gonna kick off my introduction with the song to her.
Okay.
We're gonna get our happy birthday in. So if I sound a
I'm gonna
mess,
sing quietly. I'm gonna be in the background singer.
you got it. Look, we both, if you move your lips, it work out. Now. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Elegant Granny. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
I can really be a great artist. Anybody need me to stand in for you? I can do it. I can do it.
Yes.
All right, Nina, introduce yourself.
Hey world, I am Nina Motivates, and I do just that. I motivate. In short, I motivate youth and I motivate you. I am known as a youth can coach in this season of my life, because your girl got a many millions of gifts and talents and abilities and skills, and I believe in leaving this world empty of everything within me. So I pull them all out as God allows. But in this season right now, He has me working with youth in the areas of entrepreneurship, book writing. Yes. I love helping youth write books. They can too be authors. Speaking and life skills. My gosh, these kids need some life skills, and I love teaching them life skills. I also with adults, I am in a season where I coach them in book coaching. I also am a publisher, so I help people publish their books. But my most important thing is helping you get your book off of your mind and right into the hands of millions and millions of people. So contact me if you are ready to stop thinking about it, but be about it when it comes to publishing your book.
I love that. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Don't just hold it in. Let's get it out. Yes. Love that. So I'm gonna start today. Well, I'm over here trying to share over here on Periscope. So
And
let me
usually I talk a lot, and today I'm quiet, right?
no, it's all right. You're okay. I'm just slow because I got, trying to do the most over here. So I'm going to start by reading number 37. So seed number 37 from REAPMORE. This is what we're discussing today on C4C Global Cypher. And as you can see today, we actually got a cipher going on. There's the circle. There it is. And so we're going to pretty much bounce off each other just like that today. And we're just going to flow. So grab your tea, grab your drink, and have a seat. Maybe even grab your notepad, because you probably want to take some notes, because these ladies are bound to give nuggets, and you may even get a message, sermon, or two. Okay, so we're going to just go with it. We're going to go with it. So number 37, I want to open up today's discussion and broadcast with this one, just to kind of set the stage and just remind you, this is a new month. This is, we're moving into this, further into this year. And every now and then you have to reevaluate what you're doing and how you're doing it. So 37, leave the room better than you found it. Check your energy. Your energy should raise the vibration of any space you occupy. When you leave the room, it should be better than you found it. Your energy should reflect positively on and in those you come in contact with daily. If not, it's time to evaluate how you show up. How are you showing up each day? What value do you add to the spaces you occupy? How do you ensure that the energy you possess is the energy that others desire or need? How do you remain positive? How do you make others smile? So this one I really like because I think that typically when we go into rooms, we always absorb and talk about how others make us feel, how we feel in an environment, and it's all about us, and we get self-absorbed in that way. But I think big part of my platform is about self-awareness. Self-awareness about your ability to understand your impact on others. That's true self-awareness, not just what you have on, what you like, what you don't like. It's more than that. It's about your impact on others. And in order to know what that impact is, you have to check yourself sometimes. And as we said in the 90s, so I'm gonna show my age for just a few minutes. In order to check, you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. That's what we used to say. And so that's what I encourage you to do is check your energy. And sometimes you have to just, put yourself in check and see what your contribution is to that space. Because if you leave negative, there may be something that you contributed that was negative as well. So it's all about you being aware of yourself, but also your impact on others. That's the way we serve, and that's the way we help others. And sometimes our service is just that smile.
I love it. I love what you said because we don't realize you could go into a room and someone, as Elegant Granny was saying, she helped people, try not to commit suicide, try not to do certain things, but we never know what people are going through. What if you are the one that entered that room and you have the power to change the atmosphere to whereas instead of someone wanting to take their life, they want to live their life. And so you never know what the next person is going through. So it is important. If you feel like you just need to have a moment to yourself, you have that moment to yourself. But when you get around other people, you leave everything else outside. You leave everything else somewhere else because you can be the one that helped that person. Like you said, a smile or anything. I've heard many of people to say, you know what, I was going to do this to myself today, but then you walk past and you smile, or anything to just different people. And so you do matter. And a lot of times people get like this because they think it's about me, and our life is not just about us at all. So I love that one too.
I love that. Which that one remind me, talk about atmosphere. Ooh, there's a couple of the seeds that refer to the atmosphere. So Elegant Granny, you have anything you want to say before we move
Yeah,
on?
I want to add on to what both of you said, and even with Nina, how you can be the one who changes the atmosphere. And I want to backtrack to how you even get to that point, because, like you said, it takes self-awareness to even get to that point to where you can be that out force that people need to invade some of the things that are going on in their with their inner forces to help stabilize and make everything balance and harmonize with what's going on. And so I wrote a couple of things down, and I said the first thing you need to do is know yourself. Y'all funny.
No, she wrote them down. So y'all that's what I'm saying. Get your pen, get your paper, get it.
You need to know yourself and spend time with you, because you never know what gifts, talents, and even passions and things you have. You don't know how you can navigate even positive or negative forces if you don't even know who you are and what you're working with. So it takes a lot of time spending time with you. And I strongly advocate people spending time with themselves so you can understand what it is you like, what it is you don't like, what you can do, what you're limited in, what you're passionate about, what you least like. These things are important, and these things help you to support others, and they help you to support yourself. And the second thing is know what you were given to share with the world. That's very important. If you don't spend time with yourself, how would you know? it's not enough for someone else to spot those things in you. You have to know these things for yourself. The third thing is know if you are sharing out of obligation, necessity, or compassion. That's
Ooh.
right
That's good.
there is the
Ooh.
thing. Are you sharing those things out of obligation? Did you feel like, okay, I have these gifts and I see this going on, so let me just do it? You know, I would prefer that you not help me if you feel obligated to do it. Or are you doing it out of necessity because it's to fill a void? Or are you doing it out of compassion because you really do have a heart for people? Why are
Hmm.
you doing it? And your energy is spent differently with each one of those things, whether out of obligation, necessity, or compassion. And you need to know how to recharge so you can pause, but not stop. Because there's a burnout that will happen if you
Hmm.
don't take the moment to spend time with yourself and understand. And you know how in the Bible says, study to show yourself approved? The one of the main things we forget to study is ourselves. So if we study ourselves, we'll know all these things and we'll know how we are to show up in a room and how we are to affect it and how we can leave it better than when we came. That's it.
Well,
Yeah.
mic drop.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that you said that resonated with me was from what point, from which angle are you taking this from? Are you obligated, or are you doing it from compassion? And I forget the other one that you said out of the three, but I think that's
Necessity.
it.
Necessity.
Necessity. And from what is your motivation behind it? Because I think your motivation behind the things you do will also alter your energy. I find that when people are doing things that are self-serving and they doing it out of even out of necessity, or when it's like, ooh, when they're like feel like it's at the end, that's when they tend to be more aggressive and they have a different kind of feel that comes with their energy. And so I think, this is a time where we've seen all types of energy that have not been positive,
Mhm.
whether it been out of obligation or necessity, but very little compassion. And I think that's what I've seen in the last 35 days, starting with
Mhm.
what happened at the Capitol to what's happened, in just in our communities, the things that are happening, different news reports I've seen about things happening to different individuals um, in the community. It seems like it's from a negative space. And so I think that it's, with a lack of compassion. And I want to add to that love, is what I'm missing. So I think, 37, leave the room better than you found it. And not necessarily a literal room. Now we're in this space. So this is a room in itself. And, on social media, when you're scrolling and you decide what you're going to post, how are you adding value?
Yes.
How are
Mhm.
you adding value? So, yes. All right. So, did anyone have one that resonated with them that they'd like to share?
Well, I could share. What number is this? 6.
Number 6.
See,
Woo!
my problem
This is
is
my
this is
favorite
all these
one.
little marks. I got some more. I look at many of them, but this one, I literally put a sticky note that said this. And I did that because a lot of times at the beginning of the year, we all like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, just different things.
Right.
And a lot of times it's about us, how we're going to improve, how we're going to do this, we're going to do that, not realizing that every purpose we have is tied to someone else's purpose. It's tied to someone else's life. It's tied to someone else's destiny. And so when it says don't procrastinate on someone else's breakthrough, live your dream. When I first read that, I just pondered on that. Before I started reading the paragraph and all of that stuff, I just pondered on that because it says don't procrastinate on someone else's breakthrough. And I was like, that's deep. That's seriously deep. And I took that personal. And when I say I took it personal, it made me stop and say, Nina, yeah, you want to do this, you want to do that in life, but what is it that you're supposed to be doing to help someone else get their breakthrough, live their dream? Yeah, you can be living your dream, but when you help somebody else, you get further than you think. you know, and so it just made me really, really think about that and think about the lives and the things of people that I can impact and change if I just live in the purpose and help someone else with their breakthrough. And so, of course, everybody knows youth is my thing. That's my it factor. Like you give me some kids, some babies, some teenagers, and I can just be in a whirlwind. And so, yes, loving them, helping them, building them, showing them things and teaching them things. One of the questions I asked myself was, what is it that they need that they don't get in the classroom? They don't teach them life skills. I'm a homeschool teacher, so I get to teach my students stuff that he wouldn't have gotten in school. Like, they're not teaching them cursive anymore. He gets to learn that. They're not teaching them typing anymore. He gets to learn that. But then what other skills can I teach kids that they don't get? Entrepreneurship, speaking, these type of things they don't necessarily get in the classroom, but they can come in my classroom and get their breakthrough at a young age instead of waiting into their adult. And then it's so many adults out here that says, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. I want to write a book. I never thought I could write a book. I took English with support in high school and college. Okay. And so I never thought that was be something that I could contribute to the world. So when I did my first book, and now I'm on book, 13, 14, 15. No, I think it was 15 at the end of last year. So 16, 17, 18. Like, come on, duplicate that. Don't keep stuff in for yourself. A lot of time we keep stuff to ourselves when it's not meant for us. Yes, I published 13, 14, 15 books. I can't even remember. But at the same time, how many more people desire to do the same thing and have the same mentality that I had? Oh, I can't write perfectly. Oh, I need English help. I need this and that. Not realizing that it's not you that do it alone. You know, so we cannot hold back, because the things that we're supposed to do is going to help somebody else get to their greater. And so our greater gets somebody else to their greater, which gets somebody else to their greater. And if we keep doing that, then everybody gets to their greatest.
Yes. Ooh, wait a minute. Okay. So first of all, Nina, I think she's preaching, but Nina, let me just tell you, I don't know, because I don't know, I don't think you're on my list for text messaging. So that's why I think this is really interesting, because what I have each week, I have people where they can sign up for REAPMORE, and I send out a quote each week. Sometimes it's the actual seed, and sometimes it's just another quote that I come up with that's original that I'll send out for encouragement and inspiration. The one I sent out today is number 76. And it's basically what you just said. Greater is my goal. Greatness is in my DNA. Greater is my goal. We're not on 76. That's the last day. But I just want you to know, like, the synergy here, because I sent that out today because I was in that same space. Like, there has to be greater. Which kind of goes with number 6. Don't procrastinate on someone else's breakthrough, because whatever you have, your gift is meant to serve. And in order to serve, when you serve, that's when you impact others. And true self-awareness is our ability to understand and impact others. And so you have to know all of that to do what it is you're meant to do and align with who you are. And so, oh my goodness. So I just think that was good.
And I'm not signed up, but how do we get signed up?
How do you get signed up? So what you can do, let me see if I can I have a graphic. You got to text me. You got to text me to get on my list. So let me look. See, I didn't have it ready. See, that's what they say. Be ready. So,
so I got my phone ready. Okay, keep that right there. Don't move it. Don't move it.
So, if you want weekly encouragement, I'm only texting you once a week. Now, that once a week, sometimes I'm superfluous, and I'll put an announcement, like today's broadcast was today. So it may come into 2 parts, but depending on your device. But it's really short. It's just once a week I'm texting you, and I'll text you some weekly encouragement. And typically it's something to just help you on your journey, just remind you. And usually I try to do it in the middle of the week when things start to get a little crazy. So sometime in the middle of the week, you'll just get a random text from me that says, keep going, basically. Keep going. So yes. So
I won't miss another one. I'm signed up now.
So you can just text REAPMORE, which is the title of the book, to 888 413-3681. That's my text. That's how you can text me. So, yeah. So, all right.
I would like to add to what Nina said, and pretty much what you said too. How what you have can affect others, and how it's supposed to be used not just for us, but to share with everybody. Because, first of all, we are all connected. We were all created from the same creator with the same things. We all have the same makeup. But we were all given something different to share. It's just like you have a garden. You may have some begonias, you may have some sunflowers, you may have some pothos, you may have some hardwothias, but they're all in this garden. Each one has a specialty that they do and that they provide for other people. Even though they're just in the ground doing what they do, that's what they do, and they provide beauty. Some of them are purifiers, and some of them are just for pure beauty, something to aesthetically help you be calm. The sun, the moon, the stars, the rain, all of those things are connected. When it comes to these seeds, the sun has a responsibility to shine and provide light, because light helps things grow. Light helps heat things up. And when you heat things up, things begin to be in motion a lot more. When you in dark most of the time, this is why self-awareness is so important. When you're in the dark about who and what you really are and what you have to share in the world, you're motionless. You're not able to share. You're not able to connect. And you're that missing link that we all need. Everybody has something to share. Everybody has something that someone else needs. Don't ever get to the point where you think, well, what do I have? I don't have. Spend time with yourself, baby. Become more self-aware, because as you do so, you raise your vibrations, you raise your frequency, you begin to understand and to increase your self-worth, your self-value, your self esteem, everything. You raise these things, and you find a way. What you have finds a way to help you be connected with the rest of us. We need you. We're not on here talking because we've read this book and y'all need us. We need y'all too. We need what's on the inside of you.
Yes.
We do. We're all connected. That's the reason why we enjoy, as we do these reviews, when you all comment, leave comment, you have no idea how that makes us feel. You have no idea what it does for us. You're connecting and you're sharing what you have with us, and we appreciate it. So don't ever think you have nothing to share. Everybody has something to share. Is no one gift or talent greater than the other. Everybody has their part.
So live your dream. All right.
Yes.
And serve. All right. So that was good. That was good. I don't even know, I just, all right, we'll be back next week. No. All right. So, Elegant Granny, do you have one that resonated with you? I'm sure the conversation will continue.
All of them.
Right. Which one did you want to share with the people? I guess that's what I should be asking.
Let's see. Let me see. Oh, I did mark it. Hold on.
She has papers, y'all. So for those of you just coming in, I'm gonna reset while she's here, while she's choosing hers. And I didn't mean to put her on the spot. Nina can go again. It doesn't matter. We're just kind of discussing, because y'all know I can pull out one, because one typically leads me to another one because I have them all in my head. So for those of you just joining us, we are discussing Reap More, 76 seeds for this season, and this is my latest publication, Reap More. You can get it on my website, drtammyfrancis.com. You can get the first edition or the second edition. The first edition is discounted. The second edition is there. And you can also get it on Amazon. The ebook version is available on Amazon. So if you just want to get it and download it, if you haven't gotten a copy, you can get your copy. But we're just discussing with the Catalyst for Change Global Community and Women Aspiring for More communities. We are just discussing the first 40 seeds. We have decided this year, because after all that's been going on and going on in the world, we decided to read one seed per day and take 10 or 15 minutes to meditate and on those words and that particular quote for that day. And so because we're doing that, we're decided we come on once a week and at least share some of our thoughts with those that we've read or meditated on with you. And so we invite you to join us on this journey. You can start today. You don't, just because we're going through day 40 doesn't mean that you can't pick up. We're going to be at this until March. So you can join us and join the discussions. You can even go back and watch some of the previous ones. There's 2 previous ones. The first one, Letty Virial joined me, and she joined me and shared her thoughts on them. Last week, Elegant Granny, who's here today, joined me. And then today, I have my good friends, Elegant Granny and Nina Motivates, with me today, who are sharing their thoughts on the ones that resonated with them. And the way the book is set up is it has the quote, it has some commentary, so you kind of know where it fell from the sky on me and came into the book, how I came up with it. And then there's space for you to reflect on how it relates to you in your life and how it resonates with you. And because there's all of them have at least one prompting question, something to think about. You could think about the quote in general or one of the questions that's posed there in the commentary. So, all right, Elegant Granny. What I want you to do is just introduce yourselves again, since we're doing a reset. Just kind of introduce yourself, and I'll throw up how people can connect with you, and then that way, then we'll go forward from there. Let me just do that.
Okay. I am Elegant Granny. I am your restoration strategist and podcaster, and I am the creator and host of the podcast Proactive I, where the conversations are on intimate partner violence, known as domestic violence, child abuse, sexual assault, sexual violence, and suicide prevention as it relates to abuse. And what I do is I provide information for victims and survivors of abuse on the best ways of strategizing on how to get out and how to survive after they get out. I also provide information for those who are supporting their loved ones through this trying time so that they can be more successful because they have a larger network. And you can find me on my link tree. My link tree is, you can find me at Elegant Granny, and the E and the G is capitalized. So the seed I want to talk about is 34. And it says, during transition, expect restlessness. And this is one that's
this is me right now. I don't know what she's about to say, but this is me because
yes.
I am and I think we talked about this last week, right, Elegant Granny? We were talking about being in a transition, and this is in a space where I am, and I think it's just because of where we are in the world, and I'm transitioning what I'm doing in my business and my focus, and so because I'm restless. So tell me how to get through this, Elegant Granny. Go for it.
Well, during a transition, there's a metamorphosis that goes on and it takes place. And what's happening is you're shedding off the old weight and you're putting on the new garment. And so in between these 2 points, there's like a cleansing or a purge that is taking place. Because when you're transitioning, when you're moving on and you're passing the threshold or the demarcation of from the old to the new, there's a lot of old stuff that can't go along with the new stuff. And it may not just be like people, because first thing people always think about is people, like old friends or family members. Sometimes it's parts of you, like your habits. Some of your old habits cannot come onto this new level that you're going through. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times it's not other people, it's not the outer forces. A lot of what hinders us from growing and having sustainability once we get to the other side is us, not other people, but us, our inner forces, those things that we don't deal with. And as Dr. Tammy says, self-awareness is the key. I can't stress how important it is to spend time with you. I say this every time we come on here. Spend time with you. Spend time with yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. You just don't know you. And once you get to the point where you know what your boundaries are, because sometimes you have to have boundaries yourself. So another example is how like a baby, when a woman is pregnant with a baby and it's growing, it gets uncomfortable in certain changes positions, especially when it's time for it to be birthed. When it comes out, it hollers, it yelps, it screams, it cries. And you know why? Because it's uncomfortable. The baby was warm. It was in darkness, but it was warm. It was well fed. The mother did everything. Now it has passed through, made a transition to where it is the first day of learning how to do things for itself. No more dependability. Only long enough for mama and daddy and nana and granddaddy and Aunt Bam Bam to teach you what it is you need to do so you can take care of yourself. And that's what a lot of us are going through, even me right now, because being a survivor and a supporter of abuse, I am having to refocus and redo some things to make myself better as a businesswoman, as a public speaker, as a writer, because the things that I did, the old habits that I had, even though I was profitable with those things, even though I was successful with those things, some of those things can't go with me. And a lot of times it's not bad things that may be hindering you. Sometimes it's those good things, like a certain way that you work the plan. Like sometimes you have to rework your business plan because what worked 10 years ago may not work today. So
well, that reminds me of number 1 and number 7. I think she just hit on that. So if you have the book, check those out. I think they go with the number 1 is to create overflow, let it go. And then number 7 is actually what she was just talking about, is that you have to look at it over and over again, like you have to re-strategize, is actually what REAP stands for. REAP is actually a strategy. REAP is something that I think you should do over and over again, which is why this book, I encourage people to read it over and over again, to go into it over and over again. You can even be my own editor and help me out in that way. You can even do, you can read it so much, you know it better than me. Like, you probably should have said this. I want you to know it that well that you have, that it is yours. But part of that REAP is reflecting, evaluating, adjusting, and planning. And that cycle continues. And I do mine every 90 days, but everybody is different. And depending on what your goals are, it could be different. Like she was saying, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just thought, oh my goodness, like light bulb.
No, but you know what? That's how transition works. You have to reevaluate. You have to readjust and reassess. And that's the only way to make it successfully through your transition is by doing those particular things. Those things have to be there and in place. You have to be strategic in what you do. And like I said, most of it has to do with you and not
Nina.
I love it because this is still a transition in my life with being a newlywed and all that other stuff. So going through the whole REAP, 7, I got my now right by it. Like that's one of my little sticky notes in here that say my now. I said that like combining. I gotta combine the two. The rest of this, I'm like, I be looking under my eyes, like I'm on here, like, why do my eyes look so horrible? Jesus help! But it's transition. Life is you are always moving. The earth never stops moving, and neither do we. And so when we have those different transitions, those different things that we go through or get through or change, we have to change with it, not just in business, but in life. And so it's always something going on, but definitely in business. Like me, My focus was, listen, my thing is I want to just travel and speak life and teach you can and you can all over the world. But
Yeah.
God says this is the season you're in. So I have to do that. I have to reflect, evaluate, adjust, and plan accordingly. I have to do things different accordingly. Not that those things that we desire or those things we want to do differently won't come to pass, but it's a transition. During transition, you got to expect different things, expect different results. But just and I think one of the reads is about trusting the process. So it's just all like you said, all of these go together. They all go together, and one definitely jumps to the other one and helps you to just see what the other one is. So
And I was trying to find the one, I should know these, like, I just go through them. Like, but there's one that actually reference REAP again, and actually talks to say what just what you said just now about REAP accordingly. And I thought it was 20, but I guess it's not. So I'll find it in a little bit. But there is one that actually talks about it and address REAP in a different way and how to apply it. And one of it is that you do it accordingly, according to what you're going through in your life. So yeah, love it, love it, love it. All right. Another one? Shall we do another one?
so you was at 20. I'm gonna go to 22.
Okay.
Birth what's inside of you. It is time.
Ooh.
And uh Elegant Granny referred to the birthing process. Now, no, I've never birthed a child, but I have been in the room and I love seeing childbirth. Weird. I don't like blood, but I love seeing childbirth. However,
It's
um,
amazing.
it's an amazing thing. And like I hear a lot of parents say that once they give birth, they don't remember the pain. Like you're in so much pain, and all this stuff. But once you give birth, you don't remember the pain. And I'm thinking about this birth and what's inside of you. It is time. And I'm thinking about the season that we're in. And if you are one of those people that's sitting back, that's constantly saying, I'm gonna, then by the end of the year, you say, I woulda, I coulda, I shoulda. Why not you? Why not now? We hear that. We hear that. But when are you going to look in the mirror and say that to yourself? Why not me? Why not now? Why
Right.
can't I start that business? Why can't I improve myself? Why can't I get my health in order? I'm talking about everything. Why can't I write that book? Why you, not you? Why not now? A lot of us just sit and we get, so pulled back. I like to use myself as an example. Like I said, I have this thing. I love to motivate. I love to speak. I love to talk. That's just me, but in this now season, just birthing, like fully birthing my book coaching program was something that I was just like, no, that's just a lot of work. That's just this and that. But that's not just the season for me, but that's the season for other people. When you birth forth life, that person grows up and goes and marries somebody, goes and be a family man or woman, and raise their own family. So you are reproducing to reproduce. So when you birth what's in you, you are reproducing to reproduce. You're showing somebody else that they can. You're giving somebody else that energy. But you have a season and you have a time. And we're in a season where everybody pretty much needs a business, right? You don't know day by day what's going on, or if your job is secure or not secure, or in between, or whatever the case may be. So that's telling you that it's your time. That's telling you that the time is now. That's telling you got to put forth that effort. That's telling you that just to do it, birth it. The hardest part is getting started, but once you get started, you're on the road. You're going. I'm be quiet because I will just, keep, I'm very passionate about this.
But as you were talking, I was thinking it's actually number 5, and that goes along with what you were just saying. Is birth was inside, and think bigger than your big. And in there, it talks about your goals and reflect, evaluate, adjust, plan accordingly. Reap more. Are you serious about moving in the direction of more? And do you want support on your journey? And that's what she was talking about. If you need support, and that's why I was putting up their links as they were talking, because depending on what you need support in an area, if you have a story you need to tell and you want to tell it, connect with Nina. If you're going through a traumatic experience and you need some help, connect with Elegant Granny. So those are the things that when we talk about whenever you're procrastinating on what you are doing, you are procrastinating on someone else's dream as well. That's the same thing, someone else's breakthrough. And, if these ladies didn't do what they do, I can't imagine how many people would not um, be where they are right now. And possibly saved. Like when I say saved, like their life, literally. So, so all those things, I just think, anyway, I'm done. I was just thinking number 5. Yep. Because it talks about reap more, and it talks about you determining what it is you want to do, that you should be doing, what you have been designed and designated to do. Yeah. Elegant Granny, got anything on
The
that one?
hardest
That
part
was first was
about
inside of
that,
you.
the hardest part about that is letting go. That's the hard, that seems to be the hard part when I talk to people. And even when I used to be a former educator, even dealing with the youth, the hard part is letting go because you're so connected with it and you just want to keep it to yourself. But it wasn't meant to be kept to yourself. It was meant to be shared. Because once you get it out and let it go and let it loose and let everyone else enjoy its energy, this is how you're able to reproduce and give and conceive again. Because it is meant for us to multiply, to be fruitful, and so we can continue to multiply. It was never meant for us to be unprofitable. It was never meant for us to be barren. It was always meant for us to continue the cycle of life, whether it be in business, where it be in education, whether it be in friendship, whether it be in just cooking or taking care of a house. We were meant to, it was supposed to be perpetual. And the only way to do it is to let it go. So how do we let it go? Because everybody always talking about let it go and give it birth. So how do we do that? Okay.
All right.
So let me tell you what works for me. I can't tell you what works for everybody else. I can tell you what works for me. What works for me is visioning how I think or how I want it to be on the other side of just it being it and me.
Right.
Thinking about how it needs to be with me, them, and them instead of just me and them. Because without that, if I never let it go and release it so it can get out there, I'll never be able to give birth and conceive and do all that all over again. I will stop. And then there will be no point of me being here. So being that I have a purpose, I need to be just as strategic as the creator was, because we are co-creators. That's what people get stuck at too. We are also co-creators. That's the reason why we have these abilities. And just like the creator had let things go by speaking and putting things into action, that's what we need to do. Speak it, write it down, make it plain, and then follow the plan. You have to follow the plan. It has to have action. Like I forgot who said it, but I was listening to somebody and they said the plan will work if you work it, but you have to work the plan. If you don't work what it is that's on the inside of you, it's not gonna work. You have to be the one to work it. I can't work your dream. I can't work your vision. I can support you in it, and I may say, okay, I may have certain skills that can help get you there to, closer, but your dream, your vision, it wasn't given to me. It was given to you. But I can support.
Let me see.
So you need to, it's important to let go. Now you have to figure out what it takes for you to let it go. I know what it takes for me to let go, but what will it take for you to let go? First of all, it's gonna hurt to keep holding on to it.
Something to think about.
It's gonna hurt to keep holding it in, because you're gonna see other people flourishing with theirs, and you're not flourishing with yours, but you haven't let it go. It's important to let it go. Just let it go. Sometimes it's scary, but
you're starting to sound like Elsa.
I know.
Let it go.
I was trying to keep from singing that.
Well, you said
I
it a
heard
couple of
that at
times, and then
daycare
I
for a
started hearing the
time.
song, and I was thinking, "Let it go." Like,
Right.
hey, I tell you, that song has come back a couple of times. It's such a great meaning. So yeah. Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
So did you have a seed that you wanted to that you had did you have another seed? Look, I see the time, but we'll do one more. Do our last one.
Um,
She has so many.
um,
Look, I
I
hear
can
her
say
talking
I
about
can say
notebook and
I can
book.
save it for next time because I did a
Okay.
lot last week and I
Yeah.
could talk on forever. Let's let Nina do. let's,
All right.
let's let Nina do it. You have another one?
I got a million of them. Okay, I'll do. I guess because I feel like I've been literally Nina motivates with the different ones.
Whoop,
This
whoop. That's your title.
I know,
That's
right? Number 28. I'll end on that one. I'm gonna be quick with this one though. As you go higher, expect your circle to get smaller and your atmosphere to change. And I'm
yes.
gonna take that back to 2010 with myself when it was time for my life to change and things to change and business to change and everything to change. Well, business to be birthed. My circle literally changed. I mean, not just with friends, but with family, with all types of stuff. Things change completely. In the beginning, it was difficult. A lot of times we're afraid of change, but we cannot be afraid of change because you have no idea how great your change can be. If your circle's getting smaller, and even if your circle is completely changing, don't be afraid of it because you can't stay in one place and be okay with that. You want to go higher. There's so much room at the top. And it's like we need to pull each other up. And if a person and people are not pulling you up and they want to eat, to be okay with that circle changing, you need to be okay with those people. Not that you have to take them all out your life, but there are different seasons for different and different reasons for different people. And there's different categories that people will be in your life, and that is okay. If listen, it's times where I'll get invited places and I'll be like, oh, okay, but that's okay because I'm going higher in a different level. That doesn't mean, oh, I'm better than somebody or you're better than somebody or anything like that. It's just the road you're taking is different. And we have to be okay with different. We can't get stuck with, as they say, you can't take dead weight with you as you go higher. You just can't.
I was just about to
You
read it. I was about to read it.
period. Like people love that period word. This one of them points where I said period. You can't. You don't want to. And this made me think of Erica Badu song Bag Lady. You gonna hurt your back carrying all them bags like that. You trying to carry all this stuff with you, and maybe later some people can go and they'll see you and be inspired and want to go higher. But at the moment when God is doing something in and through and with you, let him do what he doing with you.
Exactly.
And
Ooh,
I'm
I love it. You can't take dead weight with you as you go higher. When you are meant to do more, be more, you will notice your circle of influence, your circle of friends will change. Don't be alarmed. Know that when you are called to do more, be great, the energy around you must also change. Your circle and atmosphere must align with where you are going. Expect it. Consider it a sign you're on the right track. Keep pressing, keep pushing. So yeah, love that. So it will change, know it, expect it, and but just keep going. Don't stop. That's a great way to end today, girlfriend. That's a great way to end. Keep
Mhm.
going.
It
Don't
is.
stop. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah. Thank you, ladies. This has been great. So, those of you who are here and made it to this point, we are discussing REAPMORE 76 seeds for this, and I capitalize this on purpose, this season, whatever season you're in. And I encourage you to grab your copy. And some of you say, "Oh, I don't like to read." That's okay. That's okay because I don't believe you. I tell my students it's probably what you're reading. And what I have for you is this. So with the REAPMORE, let me kind of show you how it's set up so you know, oops, if I can get my mouse to work with me. So it has the quote and then it has the commentary. Some are longer than others. You will see some that are very, very short or a little shorter than others. And it has space for you to write. So at the bottom, it has space for you to write and reflect. So you can write it here, or you can be like Elegant Granny and have a whole separate journal because it's not enough space. And so you can do that too. So either one, but you can have this with you. And it's a daily reader where you can see, you can just have 10, 15 minutes to yourself in the morning or at night. You decide, and just take time to read and reflect. And that way you can do whatever you need to do to move in the direction more, birth what's inside of you, change your atmosphere, do all of that that we've talked about today. Create overflow, to let it go. We talked about during transition, expect restlessness. So keep going, keep pushing, all of that. And so in order to do that, you must be self-aware. You must take time for yourself. So we thank you so much for joining us. We hope you'll read with us. We'll be reading until the end of March, because we'll be having a few discussions after we're done reading. So we'll be reading this through the end of March. So make sure that you get your copy, check it out. Like I said, you can download it. And ladies, are there any final words that you want to say? Final words and how we can connect with you before we end?
Get the book. Get
All right,
the book.
So we'll start with the birthday girl. All right, Elegant Granny.
Yes.
Go for it. I'll let you go first. So any final words, and then of course how people can connect with you, and tell them about what's happening in like 30 minutes. What's happening in 30 minutes? The fun, free stuff. So, all right.
I like
Okay, so the first thing I want to say is get the book. Trust me, y'all. Especially those who are looking for content for your videos or blogs or your engagement. This book will open things, help tap things on the inside of you, and you will be able to open up just like we're here talking and whatever like that. It will provide you with content, because I have a whole separate journal, and these are all the pages so far, front and back. It will give you the content that you're looking for. The next thing I want to say is you can reach me again at on my link tree, Elegant Granny. You can it's on the banner there, and you can reach me there. And then the last thing I want to say is this evening around about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be on Instagram live, and I will be talking in my birthday celebration. I am the big 5'2", and I will be doing a celebration. And how I choose to celebrate is spending time with people who have supported me, and also to do a giveaway. I am an author, and I have a couple of books that I would like to, give away. And how you have the chance to be able to get a book is to engage with me on Instagram. And here's the first copy is the book, Love's Celebration. The book. It's a 30-day poetic self-affirmation book, and it's just different poems that I wrote celebrating different parts of you. And here's the workbook, and you don't have to have one for the other. The workbook can actually stand alone. There's excerpts of each poem in it, and then there's some commentary behind that, and then there's because I asking different questions, prompting you to think about different things as pertaining to your life, to help you love more of you and spend more time with you. So it will help raise your self-awareness. So if you would like to win a book, I am going to be giving away a couple of these. And if you would like to be one of the ones to get one, meet me on Instagram. The handle is at Elegant Granny at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. Awesome. Oh, I wasn't supposed to show that just yet. All right, Miss Nina.
I also feel like I got my book and journal right there.
I know I was going to save it till after everybody introduced themselves, but I didn't mean to have it.
I was talking about Elegant Grannies.
Oh yeah, the Elegant Grannies too. Look, but I was showing this one, but I didn't mean to show it just yet. I was going to mention it after we were done.
I was looking like, oh, I got my book and journal, but I'm gonna still get on there, and other people could be blessed. But yes. I'm gonna be on there.
Yes, because if you win it, you can always give it away as a gift. It's a great gift. It's a great month. It's Love Month, so share some love.
It
So hey.
is. And look, you were born in the month of love. And she's such a beautiful soul, y'all. I'm just grateful to be here with two beautiful souls. Like, these are my sisters. And I was blessed to meet these lovely ladies in the flesh. It's nothing like connecting with people in the flesh. And so God made that possible. What, 2019, y'all? We got together in Washington, D.C. So
It
that was
seems
just
like so long ago.
I know, like, come on, Rona, go somewhere, cause
Yeah, go find another life.
serious,
Somewhere.
and so we try to get back together, okay?
Yeah.
But these are beautiful souls, y'all. I just want to encourage everybody to connect with them. Please get both of their books. I am grateful to have both of their books. I have the journal and the book, and I have Dr. Tammy's book, and I have the big boy.
Yeah, the
I call it the
journal, the
big boy, my big
playbook,
boy.
the playbook, manifesting more.
Journal, yes. She's all about more, y'all. She's all about the more. So thank you, Dr. Tammy, for this opportunity. Again, y'all can reach me at ninamotivates.info. You can email me at publisher Nina Motivates. I do have something new coming out on next Tuesday.
Woo!
Hey, nope, not next Tuesday. The Tuesday after how to just be virtuous. On that day, we're going to be talking about can I be virtuous, and it's at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time on Tuesday, February 16th. I have Prophetess Demita Hill joining us on that day, and so I'm so super excited. So if you're on my Facebook page, you will see it. It will also be posted to my YouTube page afterwards, and all of that other good stuff. If you are looking to write a book, if you are actually, I have two current projects. One for youth called Youth Can, and I know Dr. Chen is going to talk about the other project, but Youth Can is coming out in April, and right now we have 5 spots open for 5 other youth. There is a $125 investment, but if you need a sponsor, we work really, really hard at getting sponsors, and we're still accepting sponsors as well. And so we're looking for 5 more youth to be a part of Youth Can. So we'll have 12 youth that will become entrepreneurs, speakers, and authors all at the same time, getting trained. They will be interviewed and all that other great stuff. So we're so super excited to bless youth in that manner. And then we have 40 Days of Fuel coming out. 40 Days of Fuel will be out in March. And guess what? Yep, we're still accepting a few more authors for that. Why? Because it's a devotional, so it's an easy write. So if you're like, I want to get my feet wet, or I got a little bit of affirmation or a scripture or a quote that I want to share with the world and write a little bit about it, this is your opportunity. You still have time. That investment is only $97. And so connect with me at ninamotivates.info, or you can email me at publisher ninamotivates@gmail.com. And if you're like, you know what, I just want to do my own solo project and you need a little coaching and a little push, you need to know what you need to do to get published, you can connect with me also. And I think that's everything I got. Happy birthday again, Elegant Granny. And thank you, Dr. Tammy, for your awesomeness.
You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
And I was showing this earlier. Look, now I have it backwards and upside down because I didn't move. But this one is You Can. She has youth for the young people, Youth Can. But now we did You Can last year. So this was one of the publications from last year. This one was actually released in August of 2020. And you can get this copy on Amazon or Nina's website or Elegant Granny's website or my website. It's on all our websites. You can get it anywhere. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't have this book right here. And there's even an ebook, right, on Amazon.
Yes.
There's even an ebook version that's on Amazon as well. So look, there's no reason for you to get it and get it today. So this is one that we're all in here. We all wrote a chapter, or well, Nina did the introduction. She's the spearhead. She's our book coach. So she got that one together for us. So that one's a great one. And so it's been doing well too, Nina, by the way. So really excited about that. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and what and how my words have impacted you. I know I probably should send you a check in the mail, but I want y'all to know I didn't pay them. They volunteered. However, they have been just sharing some great nuggets as a attachment. I think I owe them a check. So I think I owe them something. So thank you so much for sharing with the audience. I appreciate you being here. And there'll be more. So if you want to come back, you're always welcome back any Friday. And I appreciate you. I'm going to, anything else before I flip to just closing this out? We're
I look
good?
forward
All
to
right.
back with you on Friday.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you. So, y'all, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. We have been discussing Reap More 76 Seeds for this season. And this is the book that the Women Aspiring for More and Catalyst for Change Global reading community. We're reading this for the first 76 days of the year, reading one seed a day. A seed is a quote, it has commentary and space for you to reflect and meditate. And so this particular book is for you. It's been designed for you to help you on your journey and move you in the direction of more. If you haven't gotten your copy, I encourage you to go to my website, or you can go to Amazon and grab a copy from either place, either location. You can get it and get it soon. Of course, there is an ebook version available, so you can get it today and get it on your device today. I would say Kindle, but now you can get the Kindle app on anything. You can get it on iOS or whatever, as long as you have an app store. So you can get it on whatever device you have. And so if you want it today, you can definitely get it today. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining us. I will I guess I should put up how you can get it. How about that? I put up everybody else's, but I guess I should put how you can get it. There it is. If you have any questions, comments, please post them below. We will be checking the chat after this is over, so that way we can comment. I know many may catch it on the replay. And so if that is you, thank you for coming on the replay, and definitely comment below and just, show us some love there in the comments and share it out. If you watch this and you get this far and you say, what so and so, whatever that person that comes to your mind could really benefit from this encouragement and inspiration, I encourage you to share it with them. You know, my philosophy about what I do is I am not successful unless I have helped someone else be successful and I have helped someone else on their journey. My success is based on the impact I have on others, the positive impact I have on others. And so I'm hoping that that is you and that you share it, because not only is it that, but it's also creating this ripple effect around the world, which is why we are Catalyst for Change Global. So I thank you for joining us. I thank you for being here. Check my post, check my social media. I typically will post the exact time, but we'll be back Friday, next Friday on the 12th. I believe it's the 12th. We'll be back on Friday the 12th. And, we'll pick out some of the loved ones that's in here about heart and love from the book next week. And we'll talk about the heart and loving each other. Maybe that'd be something that we'll theme it up next week with the ones that we share next week. But I hope that you will join us, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Y'all take care. I am Dr. Tammy, your success strategist and literacy educator. I help purpose-driven leaders move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next. Y'all take care. Bye.